Okay, here's my backpack. Very lightweight, there's no internal frame, and it stretches out so that it can carry a ton of stuff. But it's a Verga granite gear and it's less than a pound. And you don't need that much padding. I climbed the whole Sierra Peak section, 300 Sierra Peaks, and went on multiple week trips with just this. And here's the waist belt, but under a pound. And next, you can get this from Todd's Mountaineering or Big 5, and it's just a very super light sleeping pad. And what I'll do is, go ahead and open it. And I just cut off the straps to even loosen the weight. And I'll do that right now. Unroll it, and that's a super lightweight pad. There's no reason to get a thermarest or a heavy pad. You can sleep on this comfortably. And I'll cut it right here, and what it does is it doubles for a frame for my backpack. So let's get that. So I just cut this right off. And now it's even much lighter. And then what I'll do with this is put it inside the backpack. And if I unroll it, it makes a nice frame. Unroll it within the backpack. So there I have a sleeping pad and I have a major backpack, which for a lot of people are more than 5 pounds together. This thing's just a little over a pound. A sleeping pad and backpack. And that's my favorite, Granite Gear Verga. You can save a lot of weight on water bottles. I get a 2-liter platypus bottle, and you always want to have 2 because if one of these folding ones springs a leak, you won't have a water bottle. So I just carry 2 of these. Super, super lightweight. Don't get a heavy water bottle. The caps are super light, and then when you're done, you can also fold it up and it packs nicely in your pack. That's platypus 2-liter water bottles, but there's a ton of weight saved from just going with these. For the stove system, these small ones you can get at Todd's or Big 5 are cheap, and this will be more than enough for Whitney for 2 people. So don't carry any more fuel than this. And then I use this small folding cup here. You can get a real small one. You don't need anything more than that for weight. And then I use this little stove. It's called the Pocket Rocket. I believe Todd's has them. Super lightweight. It just screws on right here. And then you put your cup on top of that. Granted, it's a small cup, but you can make 2 or 3 and dump it into your dehydrated meals if you want tea or oatmeal. I find this cup plenty sufficient. Super lightweight. And the stove, again, an MSR Pocket Rocket. Super lightweight, and these fuel canisters have always been more than enough fuel, the smaller size ones. A great way to save weight on sleeping bags is I buy light ones, really lightweight, and then what you can do is if it starts getting into September or colder temperatures, you can just put one inside the other and it doubles them up and you have that much more warmth. This one is rated to 40 degrees. Which is pretty warm, but this one here is rated to, I had it written down, 35 degrees. So these by themselves for this trip would be a little, there it is, 35 degrees. These by themselves, it would probably be a little cold at Whitney, but they're super lightweight. That's just a down sleeping bag, weighs a little over a pound. This goes to 40 degrees, weighs a little over a pound, but I will bring both of them so I can layer them and get a nice sleeping system there. And also I'll wear all my clothes to bed at night. So that way I feel pretty comfortable. These are pretty lightweight, but when I put them together and then wear all my clothes, it acts as a pretty comfortable sleeping system. And again, this is a science, because yeah, you can bring a real heavy bag and be extra comfortable, but you're carrying that weight. So you get better and better at it and what works for you. But I just want to give you an idea of what I do. I go pretty lightweight down sleeping bag and a lightweight synthetic sleeping bag. And in September I'll probably bring both these. But as you can see, they're pretty lightweight. Hiking poles, I've got really into lightweight stuff, so I cut the handles off of them and put these little curtain rod endings on the end of the poles. I was really into saving weight, but I don't think you need to go that far. But you don't. I highly recommend that you bring hiking poles on this trip, because we'll be crossing a number of streams and maybe even stepping through some snow. And if you slip, you can really wreck a knee or hurt a ligament. So these have always really protected me well from slipping and just giving some stability. And then they really help when you're coming down the mountain to give you a little extra, take a little extra load off your knees. So please bring hiking poles. That's probably one of the most important things I can recommend, is to have the hiking poles. For what I wear, pants, I just get a pair of lightweight hiking pants. And I like to wear pants just from protection from brush and the elements. And they keep me warm as well, but lightweight hiking pants. And then generally with some pockets to carry stuff. And then I like a long sleeve, really lightweight shirt. You want to keep that sun off you, because at 14,000 feet it can really cook you. So I wear a full body shirt with long sleeves. But as you can see, it's white to reflect the sunlight, and it's really lightweight. And I've kept myself from getting burnt at 14,000 feet and never had any problems going with this type of clothing. Here's a nice trick I found to keep the weight down. I just take one pair of medium-sized hiking socks. I like smart wool, and they're fairly thick but not too bad. And then what I'll do is I'll carry lightweight sock liners. So the first day I'll put on the sock liners, then put my hiking socks over those, and then I carry one more pair of sock liners. I just bought these, so I gotta open it up here. I don't think I'll take 3. I'll take 2, because the reason is, let's say I hike the first day. Well, at night I can remove the socks, take the sock liners out and dip them in some water and wash them and set them outside the tent. Then wear my socks to bed at night for some warmth. Then the next day I can wear another pair of sock liners. I won't wash these because I want them to be dry. But then I'll wear this for day 2. And then just on day 3 I can switch back in the sock liners into the thick socks. So I never have to wash these socks. And I can have 3 days worth of sock changing by just carrying little sock liners. Socks, I believe I got these at Big 5 or Todd's Mountaineering, and sock liners are perfect because it allows you to wear them multiple days for lightweight. Taking a bunch of pairs of socks is kind of heavy, so that helped cut down on the weight. Other things I take, rain pants is a good idea because it also protects you from the wind. But I got these, I believe, at REI. And they're Sierra designs, but as you can see, they just slip over your hiking pants. They're really lightweight. They repel water and wind. Super lightweight. I recommend a pair of those. That's for the legs. Then for the upper body, just a lightweight wind rain breaker. This is a Marmot. Got a pretty good deal on it. I think they range around $70 to $80, but lightweight. But you really got to have something for the wind and the rain. You don't want to bring something heavy and thick. And there's lots out there that you can take a look at. But I take these 2, which are fairly lightweight, and I highly recommend you at least want something the upper body and something for the lower body. Here's some other clothing I also take. I like to use layers because they're thin. And then you can wear 2 together to keep yourself warm if you need to. This is a polyester top, long sleeve. Got it at Todd's Mountaineering. Lightweight, but the polyester keeps you warm. Then if it really gets cold, I have one more that I can wear with it. So I get 2 of the same. And that enables me to, if it's not so cold out, I can bring one or bring 2 if it is getting cold. And this is about all I take. When I wear my hiking shirt, have these 2, and then the wind raincoat. That has kept me warm in my Sierra travels, and it keeps the weight down. Okay, I just showed you the tops that I wear in layers. For the bottoms, I don't get as cold on the legs, so I have my hiking pants. I showed you the rain wind pants, and then I take 1 light layer in case it gets cold. This is also polyester, 100% polyester. It's called Polar Max, and it's very lightweight. And then what I'll do with this a lot of times is I'll wear this to sleep. A lot of times I won't even need it, but it also makes a nice comfortable camp pants for at night, and adds a little warmth for just a very little amount of weight. I won't undo this here because this is my tent. As you can see, really pretty lightweight. I really searched around for this, and I bought this from tarptent.com, and I really like it because it's just a little over a pound, and it uses my hiking poles for its frame. And when we're out climbing, you'll be able to see, because I'll set it up and have you take a look at it. But what a great way to go. Very, very lightweight. And the best part about it, it's fully enclosed and it's rainproof. And you'll be able to see it out in the field. It's just really nice, really lightweight. Best I can do. You don't want to carry a big heavy tent. I think if you don't want to go with this, it's like a couple $100 at tarptent.com. I think right now at Walmart they had an Ozark single person tent for a little more weight in this. Not as high quality obviously, but it was like $25 to $50. I would recommend that. Our goal here with such a long trip is to keep that weight down. But check out tarptent.com sometime if you can, and you will get a chance to see this. I'll set it up when we do our climb. For food, I go really lightweight as well. I just carry a dehydrated meal for each night, each meal at night that I'm going to have. This is Backpacker's Pantry. I like to use Mary Jane's Farms sometimes, but there's a wide selection here in town. I carry one for each night I'm spending, and then I usually take one extra, because sometimes you can be a little more hungry. It's good to have a backup. So if I'm staying out, I think we're going Friday, Saturday, so 2 nights should do it, and I will carry one extra. And these are dehydrated meals, where you can add the hot water from the stove that I showed you earlier. And it's good just to have some snacks when you're hiking. One of my favorites, Trader Joe's dried fruit. This is freeze-dried, so it's just, they took all the water out of it. It doesn't even weigh anything. It's just like 1 ounce, a little over 1 ounce. So I take as many of these as I can because they weigh absolutely nothing. And being that they're sealed, they don't give off a smell for bears. I never see bears out there, but it's good just to be cautious about it. I won't carry a bear canister. But freeze-dried from Trader Joe's, super lightweight. And then some fruit strips. I'll take a handful of fruit strips, and these are available at Stater Brothers or Trader Joe's. One other great one to get, which I haven't bought yet, is beef jerky, because it's freeze-dried and dried out, and it's really lightweight and gives you lots of protein. So I recommend that beef jerky is a really good way to go. For my boots, I don't skimp on those a whole lot. I like to get a fairly strong boot, just because we'll be doing off-trail. We'll be on some rugged stuff, so don't go too light on the boots. I got these at Big 5. They're called High Tech. I love them. They're between, I think, $50 to $70, and I just like the really good protection, so I go pretty heavy duty on the boots. You at least want to have a decent hiking boot. Again, these are High Tech, and I found the best place to get them, for me, are Big 5. So that's for the boots. For gloves, I have simple polyester gloves that you can get at Todd's Mountaineering. And then, as you can see, they protect your hands from the sun at 14,000 feet. And it goes along well with the shirt that covers your arm to keep that sun off you. And then I carry 2 pairs, so if it gets a little cold out, I can just put another layer on the hand. And then this has been warm enough for me when climbing in the Sierra. So my other pair's over to the side, but I just wanted to show you what I do here. So I do carry 2 pairs of these, and look how lightweight they are. You don't need big heavy gloves. As far as my hat, keep that sun off you. I love not getting sunburned, so I get a lightweight hat that has a flap on the back that covers the neck. Again, really good idea for 14,000 feet elevation, where the sun can cook you. Okay guys, that's a good start for now. I have some other things to show you, and especially my little net bag where I carry the essentials. I have a few devices in there that are really good to have, and I'll share the rest of my climbing stuff with you in another video. Just wanted to get you some of the main things for tonight. Let's hope for good weather next week.